In this week's content, we explored what happens when business owners run operations and sales on memory, habit, and adrenaline. No dashboards, no reports, just hunches and hope. We call it guessing dressed up as hustle. And while it may work in survival mode, it won't work if you want to scale, if you want freedom, if you want your business to work without burning you out. That's not the way to handle it. Here's what we landed on leadership-wise this week. Magic doesn't come from momentum. It comes from measured momentum. When you don't measure, you can't improve. And what you can't improve, you can't scale. And what you can't scale eventually owns you. But we didn't just stop at you should measure more. In this week's podcast, we broke down what to measure depending upon where your business is today. Because a 7-figure operator and an 8-figure team builder need different dashboards. If you're in the doing it all stage, measure your time and where it really goes. Measure your margin on every offer. Those are your oxygen. If you're in the building a team stage, you want to track handoff efficiency, how often things bounce back to you. You want to track outcome ownership. Is the team moving the needle without your intervention? Those are your leverage. And if you're scaling beyond delivery, focus on lead flow consistency, monitor your pipeline movement, and track fulfillment lag. Those are your predictability. Measurement isn't about spreadsheets, it's about clarity. The numbers help you see what emotion and effort try to hide. They tell the truth so that you can lead and not guess. What happened in the business world this week? Well, a lot of fun things. Market whiplash and tariff confusion. The Dow dropped sharply this week after weak job reports and tariff announcements, but it rebounded on speculation of Fed rate cuts. If you're not measuring your financial runway or pricing sensitivity, you're essentially flying blind. Number 2, sales are up, but foot traffic isn't, seen from last week. Small business revenue rose in July, but customer visits didn't. The average ticket size drove down the gain. What this tells us is if you're not tracking what's really driving your growth, you can't double down on anything. Number 3, Sweetgreen and Chipotle doubled down on farmer transparency. Major brands are starting to invest in local sourcing, not just for PR, but for measurable supply reliability. In a nutshell, they're not guessing, they're reinforcing what works. And number 4, West North Carolina small businesses still are reeling from Hurricane Helene. Regional businesses lost an average of $322,000 each in storm impact, and many lacked proper risk tracking. In other words, no emergency plan, no forecasting, no support, just pure loss. And what this teaches us is if you don't measure your exposure, your business can become vulnerable overnight. So here's where this week lands. Guessing will get you started, but it won't get you free, and it definitely won't make you scalable. You don't need to measure everything, but you do need to measure the right things, because clarity kills chaos. And that brings us to next week's focus, which is real problems hide in plain sight. What if the issue isn't that you're not working hard enough, but that the real problem hasn't been surfaced yet? We'll unpack that Monday in the next Confessions of a Business Owner. Until then, stop guessing, start measuring, keep building forward, and have a wonderful weekend.